I love wrestling. I love wrestling. I love professional wrestling. One more time for the people in the back. I love professional wrestling. This is your boy, Alyx, man. I am here to review not one, not two, not three, but cuatro. 4 shows. We are going to start off with Lucha Underground's season finale, Ultima Lucha Cuatro. Oh my goodness, what a season finale we got. Then we're going to quickly talk about 205 Live, then NXT, and then finally Smackdown, which I didn't get a chance to talk about last night. But here I am, giving you 4 strong reviews. And if this is the first time you're watching me, oh my goodness, what a broadcast you chose to tune into. Do yourself a favor, like the video. The goal for each video this week is 250 likes. I think my Raw review is close. It's close to 250. I think it's like 225, 230. So I'm cool with that. But the goal is 250. So like the video. Give this video a like. And subscribe if you haven't already. Also, if you want to help expand the brand of your boy Alyx, man, you can do a couple of things. You can like me on Facebook. You can follow me on Twitter at AlyxManVX1. You can donate using PayPal, Patreon, or Super Chat, whatever fits your bill. You can buy yourself a Alyxman t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees, as well as get yourself a WrestleCrate. WrestleCrate is a monthly subscription service that sends you wrestling merchandise straight to your door. If you want a WrestleCrate, you can click the link down below and subscribe. Check this out. If you use the promo code Alyxman, you will get your first box 20% off. That's Alyxman for your first box, 20% off. All the information you need is down below in the description box. Who decided to join me, by the way? How do I look? Am I okay? I think I'm cool. Who's here? We got Brandon Kimbambia, Jay Knox, Donnie Thomas, Young Stacks, Ajax25, Brandon Stevens, Jeremiah, this is a new one, Bishundial, close enough. Ochishaw 97, Aaron Sherwood, Nintendo Porn Company, I still love that name. Kaide Vermillion, don't ever change that name, Nintendo, I like it. Joseph Winters, I think, Noel Jimenez, is it Jimenez? Noel Jimenez, I think I said your name right, not too sure, not confident about it, but I'm gonna go with that. Jake Salig, let's see, I think Big B Wolf, Pikachu Black, here they come. Now they coming in. Got some regulars. Here's a new one, Panagiotis. I think I said your name right. Not too sure. One more, Black Cyborg Gaming. Alright, thank you everybody for joining me. If I don't say your name, please understand, I got little time to get through 4 shows. I want to get to bed because I got work tomorrow. So let's not waste any more time. Let's hit it. Ultima Lucha Cuatro. Part 1 happened last week. That was, I think that was the night we got Taya versus Ricky Mundo. And then it was Killshot versus Son of Havoc, Mask versus Mask. And it was revealed that Killshot, when he lost the match, he basically took off the mask. It was revealed his real name is Jermaine Strickland. Not too far from Shane Strickland, but Jermaine Strickland. And he basically wore the mask because he was running from his past. He ran away from the field. He went AWOL in the army and left his brothers in arms to die. And we got that whole send-off with him and Dante Fox. Really cool. I think that's basically it. We also had the Trios Championship defended and the Reptile Tribe retained. And now we got this week. Oh my goodness. Let me just say, this finale is more than anything a reason why I love Lucha Underground. I feel like Lucha Underground, this season in particular, struggled to get on its feet because it lost so many people in Season 3. It lost Rey Mysterio. It lost Prince Puma, who's known as Ricochet. Lost many others. Lost a ton of other people. Angelico, you name it. So many people left. So when the season started, it didn't feel like Lucha Underground because they had to start over. They had to rebuild from scratch. But man, when we got to the last half, the second half of season 4, and I even said this, I even told y'all when the season first started, yeah, it's weak now. I get that. But stick it out. Stick it out. It's going to get better. Did it get better? It might have started weak, but damn it, did it end strong. It ended on a strong note. I loved this episode. This was amazing. From top to bottom, this is why Lucha Underground reigns as one of the best wrestling promotions, if not the best wrestling show in the world today. Next to NXT. I think NXT so far is still kicking its butt. But Lucha Underground show NXT. It ain't going down without a fight. Let's not waste any more time. So the first thing we got, if I can get my notes correct. Alright, we kick things off with Johnny Mundo and Taya backstage. Johnny is training with the Gauntlet of the Gods. He got it last week. I think it was Aerostar gave it to him. So he's been training with it. And he tells Taya if he doesn't make it back, he loves her. Kind of like his final goodbye in case things go wrong. As he leaves, Taya hears the possessed doll talking to her like it talked to Ricky. And it calls her beautiful. She picks up the doll, which leads the doll to saying,
ready to start hashtag Raw Cleanse again.
Not yet. After Survivor Series, sure, but not yet. I'm trying to stick it out through Survivor Series, but man, after Wednesday, after tonight, I might need to go back on it, because dang, man. But yeah, the doll tells her she's beautiful. She picks it up, which leads the doll to saying, "You be a perfect host." Next thing you know, it possesses Taya. She starts getting contorted and twitching and just look like she's being possessed, really. Like, it was like watching one of those horror film zombie movies where the victim gets bitten and they turn all zombie-like and stuff. That is exactly what Taya looked like after she got possessed. But yeah, so we kick things off with both Mundos getting possessed by two unearthly entities. Johnny by the Gauntlet of the Gods, and Taya by the evil doll, who I think is Rosa. Yeah, things are not going to end well. You can already tell this is not going to end well, and no, it doesn't. But we'll get to that later. First match was Phoenix, Dark Phoenix, taking on Draga Azteca Jr. 2 out of 3 falls. Great match. Hot match. We see Melissa Santos is not pleased with the new attitude of her lover, as shown through many ways. The tone of her voice, her facial expressions, her crying, all emotional. Phoenix gets a quick victory over Dragon Azteca Jr. Hitting that, what do you call it? Is it Black Fire Driver or Black Phoenix Driver? I think it's called Black Fire Driver. It's a really cool modified muscle buster. Sit out muscle buster. It's really cool. After he gets the fall, we see weapons introduced, tables, chairs, and then Azteca Jr. gets a pinfall with that satellite DDT, that amazing satellite DDT that he hits. I don't see anybody else doing it better than him. Mustafa Ali does it too, but not as good as Azteca Jr. But that's when Antonio Cuello comes out and announces the last fall will be Falls Count Anywhere. They brawl, we see crazy spots, including the Hurricane Rana through a table, a schoolboy driver off the top rope through a table. Just crazy stuff. In the end, Melissa Santos convinces Dragon to not hit Phoenix with a chair, believing he's still good, believing there's still some good in him, and it cost him the match, because Phoenix took advantage of this and hit him with another Black Fire Driver. I'm seeing it's Black Fire Driver now. And there you go. Phoenix wins. He stays undefeated at Ultima Lucha. Melissa is so distraught, she can't even make the announcement. She walks off, and apparently she quit. Apparently, I'm not gonna say we won't see her again, but that might have been her last appearance as the announcer, because apparently, based off of who we saw take her spot, I think the one we got in her place is staying for a while. I'm just saying. But yeah, great match to open up the show. Speaking of Antonio Cueto, he makes the announcement of the new ring announcer literally after the match. And it is a special guest. It is the daughter of Vicky and Eddie Guerrero, Shaw Guerrero. Yeah, they got Shaw back. That made me smile. I loved Shaw in NXT. I am shocked they got rid of her. She was way too talented. Way too talented to let go. Well, so was Tessa Blanchard, and they got rid of her too. Alright, their loss. But yeah, Shaw Guerrero is on Lucha Underground. Sweet! I think that's great. I even like seeing Famous B go out there, get in her face. They have a little back and forth. And then we see Chavo come out. And then we see an awesome tribute to Eddie Guerrero. We see the Three Amigos, those 3 suplexes from Shaw Guerrero, and then the Frog Splash from Chavo. Really good moment. Feel good moment. Make the crowd pop. Got a great reaction. I thought it was good. But Shaw Guerrero, though. I mean, 423 get fame. I'm going to have to give her my number. Give her my card. You know what I'm saying? For business purposes, of course. You know, you might want to interview someone like that. She's very talented. Very smart. Could make for a great conversation. You know what I'm saying? And other things. What? Anyways, moving on. Next up is the Mac taking on Mil Muertes. Man. And I just got a message from Twitwow. Ashton from Twitwow. Saying the last 5 minutes of Lucha tonight were amazing. Were absolutely bonkers. Oh, he ain't lying. We'll talk about those last 5 minutes in just a second. We're going to get to that. By the way, subscribe to Twitwow. Now, death match. The Mac versus Mil Muertes. This was gory. And look, when you see weapons like an axe, like a literal axe, an ice pick, a hammer, and all sorts of wonderful tools that bring pain and misery, you already know what you're in store for. There was plenty of blood in this match. The most gruesome spot was seeing freaking Mil drive an ice pick through the head of Mac, which was, oh my goodness. He literally stabbed him with it too. Like, I don't even understand how someone could just sit there and do it. We even saw bricks, like a literal brick, being used. I think Mil took the brick to his head after Mac gave him, 3 stunners? And then 1 more to finish him off. So, crazy match. Really bloody. If you like hardcore matches, this is the match for you. Mac does win. He ends up beating Mil Muertes. And then drags his body, his lifeless body, to a coffin and puts him in his final resting place. And this time, because there is no more Katrina, he will stay dead. For good. So, yeah. It looks like Mil Muertes is done. That one kind of hit. Like, when it first ended, it didn't hit me as hard. But by the end of the season, when the show was over, I was just like, man. Mil is gone. I assume he's gone, because Katrina's not coming back. Well, maybe she's not coming back. I'm assuming she's not coming back. We'll see. It's kind of hard to imagine Lucha Underground without Mil Muertes. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, for now, that was the end of Mil. He made his exit. So we'll see what happens. Maybe someone else will resurrect him. Next up, we have the Sacrifice to the Gods match. First, we see Johnny Mundo walk out with the Gauntlet of the Gods. And Antonio Cueto not happy seeing him with that. So then he introduces Matanza. So, Matanza comes out with this skull mask and leaves like a ceremonial look. It was there was a name to it. They called it the God of Death. He came out looking like Frieza in his final form. For real. It was scary. It's the kind of thing nightmares are made of. But bro, what an awesome look. Like, it's small stuff like that just get to me. Like, I'm that guy when watching shows, anime or just regular fighting episodes, right? Regular fighting shows. When I get that kind of stuff, when I see someone level up and be something better, see something like stronger than what they were before, it triggers the kid in me. It's really, really cool when I see that stuff. And Lucha Underground is so good at that. Those little small nuances that just make this show pop. I love that outfit that he came out in. I also love the match. Mundo gets an early advantage, a very early advantage. But unfortunately, Matanza takes off the gauntlet, and yeah, it was downhill from there. Until he got it back, of course. Lots of amazing moments. A lot happened in this match. Most of it was basically cat and mouse. Johnny's gonna run away from Matanza, trying to get the gauntlet, and then when he gets the gauntlet, Matanza catches him and slams him and beats him down, beats him up. And then eventually, Matanza gets the gauntlet and tosses it to the roof of the freezer. That little entrance in the back, tossed it to the roof of that. So Matanza chases Johnny Mundo up the stage and on top of that performance stage. And then freaking Mundo, who is awesome, does parkour across the roofs of the little things across the walls, and then he gets on top of the roof of the freezer. He's a freaking maniac. Matanza follows him though, and then when he gets the gauntlet, he choke slams him to the roof of the freezer. And everybody's all like, oh my god, he lost. No more Mundo, he's dead. But then Matanza starts walking back to the ring. The freezer door opens, and then freaking Johnny Mundo comes out like He-Man. I have the power! With the gauntlet raised in the air. I marked for that. Like, as a wrestling fan, that just touched on the inner kid in me. And I was like, yeah! Super Saiyan Johnny Mundo! And I just really wanted him to say, I have the power! He didn't say that because that would have been too lame. But Matanza saw him and Mofo got scared. Matanza started crawling away and running. So, when it was Matanza, Matanza taking on Johnny without the gauntlet, he was the cat and Johnny was the mouse. And then when Johnny got the gauntlet, Matanza became the mouse and Johnny became the cat. So it was nice seeing the role reversal. I thought that was really, really cool. And Matanza ran like a bitch. And then freaking Johnny Mundo would chase him and hit him with Superman punches. And then He ends up beating him. He beat Matanza. He ended the streak of Matanza. This sacrifice to the god streak, if anything else. Man, I loved this match. This was pure entertainment. Like, WWE talks about sports entertainment, and I can agree that when it's done right, it could really, really, really work. Unfortunately for WWE nowadays, they suck at sports entertainment. Lucha Underground just showed you how to do sports entertainment right. Thank you, Lucha Underground, for showing us that sports entertainment can still work, and we can still get good action, good wrestling. This was the pure personification of sports entertainment, and I loved it. I loved He-Man Johnny Mundo. Everybody say it with me one more time. I have the power! I just had to get it out. Man, this match was awesome. Johnny Mundo beats Matanza. Oh my goodness. And then afterwards, we see Johnny Mundo go backstage. He meets Aerostar, and he reminds Johnny, you owe me one. He wants the gauntlet back, and Johnny's all like, nah, I'm gonna keep it. Aerostar reminds him that if you keep the gauntlet, it will destroy you from the inside, and you will lose control of your body. A god will take over. Johnny's saying, nope, I'm not letting that happen. Takes it off. I mean, he was almost possessed by it, but he's like, nah, sorry, and gave it back to Aerostar, which I liked. I thought that was cool. He's more powerful than a god, or the temptations of a god, apparently. But then, oh my goodness. As violent as the death match was, nothing was going to top this match. Nothing was going to top Cero Miedo. Pentagon Dark versus Marty the Moth Martinez. Lucha Underground Championship. Where do I start with this? So, as you guys know, Cero Miedo is basically... It's another version of a death match, but even more violent. If you saw the Cero Miedo match between Pentagon Dark and Vampiro in Season 1, that's basically what we got here. Not as violent, but really close to it. Lots and lots of blood. Buckets of blood. From the get-go, we see Marty the Moth get split open, and his face is just pouring with crimson blood. It is covered in blood. A lot of it. So if you love blood, you got a lot of it in this match. And I love the fact that throughout the match, we see Marty smiling. Like he's enjoying the pain. He loves the blood in his face. It's like he's in heaven. Oh my god, it's good to have a character like Marty. I miss characters like Marty. So happy he's around. But what do I talk about? I mean, we had so much in this match. We had forks. Yeah, remember the fork from last season? The lunchbox that Marty used on Phoenix? He brought that back. He used the fork on Pentagon. He actually ripped a piece of his flesh off, and we saw it on the fork. It sounds disgusting, I know. It was even more disgusting watching it. Yeah, it was bad. It was really bad. There was broken glass, gasoline, although that was basically a tease. He poured gasoline on Phoenix. He never really got to... Well, not Phoenix, excuse me. Pentagon Dark. He poured gasoline on Pentagon. Never really got to use fire. But, you know, it was one of those things. Look, I'm not saying he should have set him on fire, but it was like, look, if you're going to introduce it, let it lead to something. Nobody got set on fire. Oh, well. I guess it can't go that far. But, man, they teased it. Well, yeah, you had tables, you had chairs. And then the ending, we saw Pentagon hit his... package pile driver. Package pile driver on a stack of chairs, and he wins back the Lucha Underground Championship. Afterwards, we see Reclusa, Chelsea Green, run out to help Marty, but Vampiro runs in to help Pentagon. He helps him to his feet, goes to give him the championship, and low blows Pentagon. These two just don't get along. They never get along. But yeah, he beats up Pentagon. And then we see the appearance of the Master. Now you're wondering, who is the Master? I have no idea. Just some guy who's really good, though. He did like a shooting star press off the stage and then a freaking red arrow. A corkscrew shooting star press. Wait a minute. Did I just answer my own question? Is the Master Neville? Nah... Well, no, it can't be Neville because they take this earlier this year. And Neville was still with W. Wait a minute. Wait. If they taped it earlier this year. Maybe it is Neville. Maybe it is Pac. Hey, who do you know does a red arrow really cool like that? Maybe I answered my own question. Maybe it's Pac. Maybe it's Neville. Who knows? We'll see. But yeah, the Master, the one who runs the cult that Vampiro apparently is a part of, came out. He beat up Pentagon Jr., Pentagon Dark. And then we see Jake Strong, a.k.a. Swagger. Jake Strong come out, cash in his Get to the Gods Championship, and then basically make Pentagon pass out, not tap out, but pass out to his ankle lock. So Jake Strong is now your new Lucha Underground champion. And the fans hated it. Chanting BS and stuff, man. Hey. I'm not gonna lie. they did Jake Strong right. I mean, I was kind of iffy on Jack Swagger when he first came in, because I was like, I don't know if this is going to work out. But the slow build, and then to see how it all played out, undefeated, beating everybody in his path, in his warpath, and then becoming Lucha Underground champion at the end, I gotta say, they did him right. They can book anybody right. So, Lucha Underground champion is now Jake Strong. Hey, it is what it is. I'm not too upset about it. Quite frankly, if you're going to make him a champion, the way they did it was right. They gave him a build. They had him look strong. No pun intended. He didn't lose a single match. He got to get to the God's Championship, and then he cashed it in properly. So, I can't complain about him being champion. They did it right. I might not like Jake Strong as much as other people on the roster, but if you're going to make him a champion, do it like this. This is how you book champions. So, I can't complain. I know some people don't like it, but they did it right. They did the booking right. They gave him a strong push. He took it. He ran with it. And there you go.
Jack Swagger, new Lucha champion? ? God help us.
I mean, again, guys, I know some of you don't like it, but first off, I think that's the point. You're not supposed to like it. So you'll want to see him lose that belt. But also, as someone who is all about the art of wrestling, I can't complain because they did him right. They did him justice. They gave him a proper booking, they gave him a proper build, and he won the championship in the storyline. Now, storyline-wise, the way he won it was BS. So people who are angry about it, I'm not going to say you can't be angry. I'm just letting you know that, hey, if this is how he's going to win it, I'm glad they did it this way, because now we can use that heat to build to someone else winning the championship next season. But that's not what you're here to talk about, really. You're not here to talk about Jack Swagger or Jake Strong winning the championship. You want to get my thoughts in the last 5 minutes. You want to hear what I felt about that final clip reel. Well, then let's get to it, shall we? The first thing we see after the show went off the air is Aerostar talking to El Dragon Azteca Jr. and King Cuerno. They ask for the gauntlet, and they say she's going to make use of it. Who is she? Who's she? But then Aerostar says, make it quick. Gave him the gauntlet. And then we see Black Lotus. Remember her? Remember Black Lotus? You don't? Well, I do. We see Black Lotus show back up with the gauntlet. And she's meeting Matanza in his lair. Whatever you call that. But she meets Matanza in his lair with the gauntlet. And then she kills him. She kills Matanza, rips out his heart. And then leaves him laying. We see Dragon Azteca Jr. show back up with the gauntlet, and apparently he gave it to her, so she gave it back to him. But then before he can leave, we see Jake Strong attack him from behind, break his ankle, and take the gauntlet for himself. And then he reveals that it belongs to us now. Wait, us? Us? What you mean by that, sir? We see Jake Strong leave, and he then enters the limo with Antonio Cuerto, with the master of Vampiro. I think I saw, what was that guy? Agent Winter. Agent Winter is the guy who killed Dario Cueto. And then I think I'm missing someone. No, that's it. So, and then we got to the Lord. Who the Lord is. Now, before we talk about the Lord, one last thing. We see Taya and Mundo backstage. Mundo tried to get him get an early honeymoon with his wife. And then she attacks him because she's possessed. She beats the living hell out of him. I don't think she killed him. She just knocked him out. Hopefully she didn't kill him. But it's revealed that Rosa, the possessed doll, was a god. And Taya says, I'm a god now. So Taya is possessed by a god. So, now that you know that, let's get back to the limousine. They reveal that all the gods have possessed bodies now. The God and the Gauntlet, I think, is now in Jack Swagger. Well, it will be soon. We got the Master of Vampiro, who is also a god. And then Taya, who's possessed by a god. And then it happened. We got to see who the Lord was. After 4 seasons, 4 seasons of hype and build, it is revealed that the god is Stu Bennett. Huh? Did you just ask who Stu Bennett is? You don't know who Stu Bennett is? Well, let me give you a hint. I'm afraid I've got some bad news. Yes, Wade Barrett. Wade freaking Barrett. Wade Barrett is the Lord. Oh my God. I marked hard when I saw Wade Barrett. I was like, yes. Yes. That's perfect. I just lost it. I was like, that just works so well. He would be perfect. He is perfect. That is the perfect casting choice for the Lord. Wade freaking Barrett is in Lucha Underground. Yo. So, Lord Barrett, Lord Bennett, whatever you want to call him, this mofo now is in charge of the Master of Vampiro. So Vampiro now works for the Order. Antonio Cueto. Jack Swagger. Jake Strong, who has the Gauntlet. Taya, who's a god. And then Agent Winters, who killed Dario Cueto. So, oh my goodness. Wait, everybody's gonna die. You're thinking, well, everybody's dead. Like, nothing can save them now. But we're not done. We got one more clip to talk about. One more clip. The final clip is the scene of... Who is it? It's Antonio Cueto taking the key off the body of Dario Cueto, who's in the coffin. As he's walking away, we see Arrow Star appear. He traveled through time with the amulet. He has an amulet that he pieced together with Katrina and her mom's halves. So he has a full amulet, the amulet of life. He gives the amulet to the body of Dario Cueto, and it resurrects him. Dario Cueto is back! And the season ends with him waking up, like sitting up like Taker and Kane, and going, what the? To be continued. These cliffhangers, man! Yo, Lucha Underground, props to you, y'all. Y'all might not have started strong, but damn it, did you end strong. Damn it all, did y'all end strong. Holy crap. I can't wait for Season 5. Season 5. I need it. I need me some Season 5. I'm pretty sure we'll get a Season 5. I'm certain we will. But man, what a cliffhanger. Wade Barrett, Lucha Underground. Shaw Guerrero, Lucha Underground. Dario Cueto is back. Jake Strong is a world champion. Man, so much stuff happened. Taya is possessed by a god now. So does that mean we're going to get Mundo versus Taya next season? Oh man, that's pretty dark. What else is going to happen between Phoenix and Melissa? That's not over yet. Matanza's dead. What's going to happen with Mil Muertes? Is he done? You know, so many questions. So many things. This is how you do wrestling. This is why I love Lucha Underground. This is why I'm a wrestling fan. So, props. Props all around. Props all around. So many good things. So many good things to look forward to in Season 5. Give me your thoughts. Give me your thoughts down below about Lucha Underground. Season 4, as a whole. How'd y'all feel about it? How'd you feel about Ultima Lucha Cuatro? If you haven't seen it, go watch it now. Go watch it. Pause the video and go watch it. Well, you probably had to wait a couple of hours for it to be uploaded, but as soon as you're done with this video, go watch it, please. You will thank me. You will thank me later. Holy crap, what a season finale. I think that's all I gotta say. Just an awesome season, man. I'm very happy to have been a part of Lucha Underground, man. I'm just pleased with what I got. Now, with that said, we got a lot more to talk about. So let's move on from Lucha Underground to 205 Live. Let's get 205 Live out the way real quick. Okay, so let me find it first. Where you at, 205 Live? There it is. Alright, so 205 Live. Couple of things announced in the show. It was announced that Buddy Murphy will take on Mustafa Ali at Survivor Series. Which, I'm not gonna lie, that makes me very happy. Makes me a little too happy, because Survivor Series was already a strong-ass card. With Becky Lynch taking on Ronda Rousey, AJ versus Lesnar, and you name it. Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke Nakamura. It's just a lot of things going on. Now we add Buddy Murphy and Mustafa Ali. Dang, they're stacking this card. And yes, this will be the pre-show. I know, it will be the pre-show. You know what? I want them to take a risk. Seriously. They should take a risk with Buddy Murphy and Mustafa Ali. Have them open the show. We'll talk about this in my preview for Survivor Series next week. By the way, next Sunday is Survivor Series. In case you forgot or you didn't know, next Sunday is Survivor Series. So next week will be my preview. And yes, that also means NXT TakeOver War Games. Big preview next week. TakeOver War Games and Survivor Series. Next week. But Buddy Murphy and Mustafa Ali will be having their match. We had the Lucha House Party. I think it was Kalisto and Lince Dorado take on Mike Kanellis and TJ Perkins, with Maria in their corner. Lucha House Party win after TJP took off the mask of Lince Dorado, and then he realized, wait, it was a fake. It's not his real mask. And Lince Dorado rolls him up 1, 2, 3. And so the feud's not over with. Maria tells him, I got a plan. I'm a woman. I'm smart. I got a plan. And that's basically how that ended. So there you go. It is announced that next week we'll get Lio Rush versus Cedric Alexander. Yo! I've been waiting for this match. I've been waiting for that match since Lio Rush came in 205 Live. Lio Rush versus Cedric Alexander is gonna be lit. It gonna be lit. That's gonna be an awesome match. I can't wait for that. And then Lio Rush took on some local talent from the UK and beat him. Showed some aggression. Cut a really good promo afterwards too. Made a really good line out of Cedric's talent. I think he said, "Hard work always beats talent that don't work hard." That's a really cool line. I like that. Hard work always beats talent that don't work hard. That's a cool line. Main event was Buddy Murphy taking on Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews is always awesome. He never has less than a good match. He's always having good matches. So, of course, he had a great match with Buddy Murphy. Really good stuff. How the hell does Buddy Murphy keep falling on his head and still walking like nothing's wrong with him? He is a juggernaut. That man is a beast. Buddy Murphy is a beast. Burst. So, man, that's crazy. That's it. It was a great match. Buddy Murphy didn't really retain anything. He just beat Mark Andrews in a great match. I can't wait. I can't wait for Cedric versus Lio Rush next week. Again, this is why I love wrestling. I get matches that I want to see. That's gonna be an awesome match, man. That might steal the week. I personally will save that for a pay-per-view, but whatever. Okay, fine. We can do it again in the near future. But Lio Rush versus Cedric Alexander? I can't wait. Alright, so that's it for 205 Live. I think I talked about all the points there. Next up, NXT. As you guys know, we got one more week before NXT TakeOver War Games. So next week, we'll do a preview. A preview with Survivor Series. I think I might do the preview Monday. No, I'll do it Tuesday. I'll do a Raw review Monday and then do the Survivor Series preview Tuesday. So look for that. J Knox, give me my cover, boy. I know you in the chat. J Knox, get to work on that cover. Both of them. NXT and Survivor Series. My boy is going to make a good-ass cover like he always does. NXT, let's get to it. So, woo! I gotta say, I kind of felt bad for NXT because it followed an awesome finale of Lucha Underground, and I kind of thought, you're not going to top that. It didn't top it, but man, this episode was really, really good. NXT has been on fire. It has been on fire. And I'm just so happy. I'm watching Wednesday wrestling. Man, Wednesdays are awesome for wrestling. Man, Lucha Underground, NXT 205. But Lucha Underground is going away, so I'll probably replace Lucha Underground with UK. NXT UK now. Anyways, the first match on NXT this week was Heavy Machinery, Tucker Knight, and Otis Dozovich taking on the Forgotten Sons. And a really good, surprisingly really good competitive match. I didn't think it was going to be this good. I thought the Forgotten Sons looked really good. I think the first few matches they had were very weak, and I wasn't feeling them, but they looked awesome. Really good in this match. Got a lot of offense on Otis and Tucker Knight. And even Tucker showed some stuff. He did a top rope senton, front flip senton. It looked really cool. In the end, it came down to Otis hitting a pop-up follow-away slam for the victory. So, hey, very impressed with the Forgotten Sons. I'm happy they did their thing. It was a really good match. We go from that to Candice LeRae backstage. Candice LeRae tells reporters she refuses to be exploited and will not reveal why Johnny Gargano attacked Aleister Black, saying it will stay within the family. But she asks questions for Nikki Cross and challenges her to a match next week. So Candice LeRae will end up fighting Nikki Cross next week before TakeOver, which sounds good to me. I'm cool with that. That's going to be great. I think it's next week. If it's not next week, it will happen on the pre-show of NXT TakeOver War Games, which, whatever. But yeah, the match was put on display. The match will happen whenever it happens. William Regal tells Shayna Baszler backstage she will fight Kairi Sane in a rematch at NXT TakeOver 2 out of 3 falls. Cool. I'm happy we're getting a stipulation this time. I was about to be upset. If y'all do this match again without a stipulation, I'm gonna be pissed. So thank you for giving it a stipulation. 2 out of 3 falls. Unfortunately, this time Shayna's bringing help. She will bring Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir. I think Marina Shafir is married to Roderick Strong. So yeah, the MMA girls, they coming by her side. So yeah, there you go. Let's see if Kairi can get her belt back. We see Dakota Kai defeat Tainara Gonti. I'm seeing some small improvements with Tainara. I'm liking her in-ring style a little bit more as time goes by. Granted, she was working with Dakota Kai, who's an awesome seller. But she looked good. But Dakota Kai won. Hopefully she gets a push. I want to see Dakota Kai really get another shot at the Women's Championship. Because she's so likable. Wouldn't it be cool that after Shayna Baszler beats Kairi Sane and we move her up, we see Dakota Kai get another shot at Shayna. 1 year later, she gets a shot at Shayna. That would be pretty cool. It ain't gonna happen. More than likely, Kairi will beat Shayna, and then we'll do Io Shirai versus Kairi Sane. Which, again, I'm not against that. But there's so many ways we can go with this. We also got EST, Bianca Belair. Although she won't be getting a title shot anytime soon, because she's going to fight Mia Yim next week. Mia Yim did an interview saying how she's happy to be living the dream. The dream! Training in the Performance Center, working with the best of the best. And then here comes Bianca Belair, who reminds the world that she is undefeated. I like how she put the pause in between them. Undefeated. Duh. Fee. Ted. I like it. And basically, she tells Mia Yim that she is the EST of NXT. But then Mia Yim responds by telling her, you might be the EST, but I am the HBIC of NXT. Now, she called it the head baddie in charge, but we all know what HBIC means. The head bitch in charge. I wish she would have just said that, because that's an awesome name. The HBIC of all that you see. That is a great name. HBIC, Mia Yim, I'm loving her already. That's a great nickname. No one else took that but her. The HBIC of all that you see. But, okay, the head baddie in charge. We gotta keep it PC or PG. Just call yourself the head bitch in charge. It just sounds more awesome. Okay. Oh, snap. We got that Johnny Gargano interview. So, Johnny Gargano did a pre-tape of why he attacked Aleister Black. He's seen walking in the same parking lot that Black got attacked in. He says he's always been open, so he will tell us why he attacked Aleister Black. He says he's on a path right now, and at the end of it, he sees himself defeating Tommaso Ciampa for the championship. Officially righting a wrong that he created. Unfortunately, Aleister Black got in the way, and nothing personal. He didn't want Aleister Black beating Tommaso Ciampa. This is so crazy. He calls himself the good guy and the hero at the end of this story. Despite him doing one thing that people consider to be evil. But he's learned something that he's got to be a little dirty. Fight a little dirty, and that's why he attacked Aleister Black. He's okay with the wanting to kick his face off. He even said, I'm okay with you hating me and wanting to kick my face off, and I might deserve it. You'll get your chance to kick my face off at NXT TakeOver War Games. But he's been through way too much to be scared. He lives in a dark place now, and he's kind of starting to like it. He films the spot where he left Aleister Black laying, and says he plans on doing it again at NXT TakeOver War Games too. So, essentially, Johnny Gargano doesn't want anyone else beating. He doesn't want anybody else beating Tommaso Ciampa but him. Spoiler alert for the NXT Championship match at War Games. I'm loving this. I'm loving this story. I love what we're doing with this. I love what we're doing. It is kind of sad that we already see where the championship match is going because of this, but damn. I'm loving this story. He doesn't want anyone else beating Tommaso Ciampa but him. Yo, that's dark. That's really dark, and I love it. Main event was great, by the way. Lars Sullivan taking on Velveteen Dream. I swear, Velveteen Dream can have a great match with anybody. With anything. With a broomstick. I don't know what it is about this guy, but he is just awesome in everything that he does. Promo, in-ring action, the way he carries himself, his entrance, everything. I almost want him to be NXT champion. No, screw that. I do want him to be NXT champion. It's just, damn it. There's so many people that are so good.
Ironically, this is what you said when the rumors about Johnny being the attacker. I guess WWE is low-key watching your videos. Or they want another remix.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. He did it because he wants to be the only one to end his reign. And doesn't want anyone else doing it. Not even Velveteen Dream. Speaking of Velveteen Dream, awesome match. Great match. I won't say awesome. Great match. Ended up losing when Tommaso Ciampa interfered. And your boy, Lars Sullivan, gets the victory. And then Tommaso Ciampa attacked him afterwards, but then Velveteen Dream hit him with a twisting DDT, and then hits the Rainmaker elbow drop to lay him out. And then we see him raise the championship in the air. And then he did his pose with it, and he looked awesome. When he did the pose with the championship, I was just like, bro, I want it. I want him to win that title, but I know it's not going to happen. I'm sorry. Spoiler alert. I can see the future. I can see the future. Future sight. Here's what I predict will happen. Velveteen Dream will get this close to beating Tommaso Ciampa, and then Gargano will interfere and help him keep it. That's the story we're telling. Gargano doesn't want anybody else beating Tommaso Ciampa but him. So he will keep the belt. He will do whatever he can to keep the belt of Tommaso Ciampa. And Tommaso Ciampa will take advantage of that. I love that story. I love that we're telling that story, though. I think that's a great story to tell. It makes Gargano feel like a human being because it's like, no one else gets this championship but me. And no one else is going to beat you for this championship but me. This is a story between you and me. I'm the good guy in the story. It ain't Velveteen Dream. It ain't Aleister Black. It ain't insert any other wrestler here. Me. I'm the one that's going to beat you, Tommaso Ciampa. No one else. And Ciampa's like, okay, cool. I can write this out. I'm good with this. I get to hold the belt. And, just kind of coast. You know what I'm saying? It's such a well-told story, and it's so human, and I just love it. I love it. It's so good. Damn it, it's so good. I love NXT. I love it. But yeah, prediction. Gargano is going to help Tommaso Ciampa keep the belt until he gets it off of him next year. And look, for real, the Velveteen Dream doesn't need the belt. He doesn't need a championship. I mean, he will get one day. Guarantee you when he moves up, they will throw a championship. They will throw championships on him. But, unfortunately, that means he won't win a belt here on NXT. Sorry. No big deal. Yes, I did see the Matt Riddle segment backstage. They're going to have to announce one more match for NXT TakeOver, right? Okay, we'll probably get Matt Riddle versus Cassius Ohno. That's my prediction, so we'll see. But yeah, man, it's so freaking cool seeing what they're doing with their roster, man. Main roster needs to take notes from NXT. Better yet, just make Triple H the head honcho in charge of everything on the main roster, and then you'll see an improvement. Just like that. Gregory Goat says, I'm sick of seeing Tommaso Ciampa as champ, though. Why? He's awesome! Tommaso Ciampa is one of the best things going for wrestling right now, at least for NXT. He's a great champion. Like, I'm sorry, I think it's a generational thing. People just don't like seeing long championship runs anymore. Why? If they're good champions, why take the belt off of them? AJ Styles, yes, I personally think he should have lost that belt to Nakamura and to Joe, really. But I'm not mad that he didn't lose the belt. He's a good champion. Ciampa is a good champion. He's a good heel champion. What's wrong with long champions? Why are people so quick to seeing, and maybe this is the whole we just want to complain about stuff mentality, but why are people so quick to seeing people drop belts? It's okay to have a long-standing champion, especially if they're good like Tommaso Ciampa. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, War Games is going to be great. That show is going to be the bomb diggity. I don't think I got anything else. AJ Envoy, you keep saying make Triple H the head booker in Korea, but you forgot Stephanie McMahon. Okay, so Stephanie McMahon will be in charge of the business side, and Triple H will be in charge of the on-screen product. I think I already said that. I think I already said if Triple H takes over for the on-screen product, he won't be in charge of the business side. That will be Stephanie or Shane or both. Probably Shane and Steph when Vince drops. But they'll make Triple H the on-screen director for the characters and the TV shows and the wrestling and all that craziness. He'll be in charge of all that. And he should be. Because, man. So, last but not least, let's talk about SmackDown. SmackDown Live. Again, I'm going to run through it, and then I'm going to get out of here. I thought SmackDown was really good. Really good this week. So much better than Raw. Of course. I just feel like, and I keep saying this, SmackDown, although it's not lighting the world on fire, it just does things the right way. And that's all I can ask for. It tells stories. It has characters. It doesn't do the same matches over and over and over and over and over and over again. And it's 2 hours. It does things the right way, so I had nothing to complain about. Paige opens up the show and brings out Shane McMahon, who got booed. I wonder why. I wonder why Shane got booed. Oh, let me guess, because he won the Best in the World trophy at Crown Jewel. Like, what were you thinking? And I love how they tried to get around it by having Shane say, look, I don't think I'm the best in the world, although I won the trophy. I'm not the best in the world. That doesn't help, Shane. No, you're gonna get booed because what happened was stupid. The booking was dumb. But having Shane acknowledge that he's not the best in the world, I guess that's a step in the right direction. But then it really brings up the idea, the point that I said when I talked about the show on Sunday. What was the point of doing it in the first place? But we'll find out. Apparently, Stephanie's going to address it next Monday, and then blah, 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 blah. Whatever. He makes Daniel Bryan and Miz the captains of the SmackDown men's team. Interesting. I like that pairing. And they get to pick people to be on the team. They both chose Shane as the third partner, which is like, of course. Of course you chose Shane. Not Rusev. Poor Rusev's not on the show right now. You know, not R-Truth. Not even Ty Dillinger or Randy Orton. Shane McMahon. Of course. They announced that the Authors of Pain versus The Bar will take place at Survivor Series. That should be an alright match. We see the Usos take on the New Day, and they have, as always, a great match. Usos and New Day always have a great match. Uso Day. I love it. Usos win. They become the team captains of their SmackDown Tag Team Survivor Series team, and they invite the New Day to be a part of it. So I'm assuming, let's see, the Good Brothers. Who the hell's going to be, I guess, Epico and Primo? And who's the final team? Wait a minute. Okay, wait. So, we can't do Luke Harper and Eric Rowan because they're not a tag team right now. So I don't even know what the hell's going to happen with Rusev. I mean, it would have been Rusev Day if Aiden English was still with them, but no, that's not going to work. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't even know if Raw has... Well, Raw does have tag teams, but they're all lame. All of Raw's tag teams are so lame. What? Gable and... I guess Gable and Bobby Roode, and then the Revival. This match is going to suck. That's all I'm going to say. This match is going to suck. That actually might be the weakest match on the card. I'm not even going to lie to you. That match probably will suck. Daniel Bryan announced that Rey Mysterio will join the men's SmackDown team. Awesome choice. And that's when we got Rey Mysterio taking on Andrade Cien Almas, which... I felt like I was watching Lucha Underground. I swear to God. For a second, when watching SmackDown, I thought I was watching Lucha Underground for a second. It was that good. Amazing match. Rey and Andrade went out there and tore it up Lucha style. Rey is so good now, man. Rey won the match, but... Hell, if you want to do that match again, hell, give him a best of 5 series. Legit. If you're ever going to do a match over and over and over and over and over again, this is a match you should do. You know, make it a best of 5 series, and the winner gets to fight Nakamura for the championship. Something like that. But I would love to see them wrestle again. Oh, and after the match, Randy Orton came out and RKO'd Rey Mysterio, so that might be a feud to happen afterwards. Lame. Becky Lynch came out, and she basically cut a promo on Ronda Rousey. She says, "You may hold a championship, but you are not a champion yet. I was not handpicked like you. But here I am. That's when she made an open challenge. And who else to accept it but Crazy Nikki? Nikki Cross accepted the open challenge. She got an amazing reception. And yeah, they had a match. And the match was solid. I didn't like the ending. So Nikki is getting some offense. Becky puts her in to disarm her. And Nikki taps. Personally, I would not have had Nikki tap. I would have had her pass out. You know, I don't mind her losing. Her losing, fine. But her tapping, I didn't like that. Because I still remember her match with Shayna Baszler where she loved the pain so much. She embraced the pain. She loved the pain so much, she embraced it and passed out. That would have been the right way to have Nikki Cross lose. But unfortunately, this is the main roster, and we don't really care about the characters. I thought SmackDown would have done her right, but I guess not. But yeah, I personally would have had Nikki Cross pass out, not tap out to the arm breaker, the disarmer. That's just me, though. I think we got that promo with AJ Styles next. Yeah, we got a promo with AJ Styles. Basically saying he's going to beat Brock Lesnar. He better beat Brock. He better be... WWE. I'm not going to throw this at you because I like this game. WWE. Okay, listen. If you're going to have this match again, and you know damn well Lesnar's not going to be around after he wins, have AJ beat him. Who cares? Who cares if he beats Brock Lesnar? Lesnar's not going to keep the belt that long anyways. Just have AJ beat him. And don't hold the belt hostage this long anymore. Like, seriously, I just hate the fact that we put the belt back on Lesnar. And then the idea of him beating AJ again, that just makes me sick. Okay? Look, if Lesnar's going to be around, put someone over. Put over AJ, do the job, keep the belt, doesn't matter, and then drop it. Then get the hell out of here. Because honestly, the act is kind of worn out. To me, the whole Lesnar act is getting kind of stale. I like him, I like the performer, but seriously, let's get something else going, please. We see Paige select women for the Survivor Series women's team. Carmella, Naomi, Sonya Deville, Asuka, and Charlotte Flair. But Charlotte did not come out. Instead, Mandy came out. And I gotta say, I thought Mandy looked awesome. I thought her promo skills were on point. I thought she looked great. I thought she carried herself very well. She commanded the audience. She got good heat. It was one of those instances where I went, why isn't she giving more TV time? You know? Like, she's really doing good. I really like what she's doing as a character, as a performer. And I think if you give her more TV time, you give her more spotlight, she could make it work. So, if they ever decide to turn Sonya Deville babyface and keep Mandy as a heel, I'm cool with it. So, yeah, she ran down everybody. Told Carmella, your dance breaks are like your title reign. Short. Dang. And then she got in Naomi's face and said, unfortunately, we're not feeling the glow anymore, just like your husband. I was like, yo, that was dirty. That was dirty. Then Naomi beats the hell out of her. And then Sonya Deville basically says, you gotta leave, Mandy, you gotta leave, because I'm a good guy now. But yeah, Mandy was great. The main event was Samoa Joe versus Jeff Hardy. Basically, Miz wanted Joe to be on the team. Bryan wanted Jeff Hardy to be on the team. So whoever won got to be on the team. Joe ended up beating Jeff Hardy. But then, after he beat Jeff Hardy, he got in the face of Daniel Bryan, who was on commentary. And Bryan didn't like it. So Bryan decides to attack Joe and hook him in the label lock. Miz tried to break up the fight, and Bryan beats up Miz. Shane tried to break up the fight, and then he breaks up... I love this. He beats up Miz, and then Shane got in there, and then he tossed Shane. And then Bryan walked out. He basically took out his entire teammates. He took out his entire team, which was great. I loved it. I love seeing Bryan go on a rampage. We don't see that a lot with Bryan. But those rampages that he used to go on, awesome. We got a glimpse of that tonight. I thought it was great. Love that rampage. Man. I gotta say this. I gotta say this again. The build for Survivor Series might not be all that good. It isn't. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, nothing this year in terms of build has been good. The main roster shows have sucked in terms of building to pay-per-views. With that said, on paper, I can't stress this enough. SmackDown, Raw inside. SmackDown and Raw aside, Survivor Series looks like it's going to be WWE's best show this year. So what I would suggest, if you're scared that your hype might be ruined, don't watch SmackDown, don't watch Raw next week. Just watch my preview. Seriously. Do not watch either show next week and just watch my preview. And I think you'll be good. Because the card looks stacked. Card looks amazing. So all we gotta do is just deliver. Don't overbook it. Pick a winner. Let them go out there and kill each other. Okay? And I guarantee you, by the end of it, WWE will deliver its best pay-per-view this year. They just gotta let them go out there. AJ Styles versus Brock Lesnar. Nakamura versus Rollins. Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey. I'm trying to think. I think we had the men's Survivor Series team. SmackDown versus Raw. Women's SmackDown versus Raw. Tag Team SmackDown versus Raw. Buddy Murphy versus Mustafa Ali. So, the card looks stacked. I just hope they don't screw up the hype. That's all I'm going to say. They will. But even if they screw up the hype, the card itself, I think if you just go in and watch it, should be well worth your while. So, alright, that was a long podcast. Thank you for sticking through it. Over an hour of talking, and your boy's tired. I'm going to call it a night. I got work tomorrow. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Give me your thoughts about everything. Everything I talked about. Lucha Underground, SmackDown versus Raw. SmackDown, NXT 205 Live. Give me your thoughts about everything down below. A like check. So how are my likes looking? Give me a like check. Let's see how many likes I got. I'm very curious to see how the likes look. I still think War Games will beat Survivor Series, but look, if Survivor Series is a good show, I'm happy. I'm not expecting an A plus show. I'm expecting a good show, which is what I want. I just want good shows from WWE. Give me a good show, please, and I will be happy. I will be extremely happy if you give me a good show. That's all I care about. But I think that's gonna be it for me. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna cut it off right here because I'm tired. So subscribe, like the video, all that jazz. 250 likes is the goal. This is your boy, X-Man, signing off right here, X-Man's World.